So Elon Musk is looking to gain more control in the U.S. government.
It's crazy. This time it's military.
Yeah, so this is a headline from the New York Times just breaking now. Musk set to get access to top secret U.S. plan for potential war with China. And basically what we're talking about here, it's reported in the New York Times, Wall Street Journals, and others that he's going to take a meeting on Friday. They're going to give him, like we say, briefing. Maybe 20 to 30 slides about if the war happens with the USA and China, what's the American plan?
Yeah, plan. And where is the key base and how to react, Chinese attack.
Right.
It's insane.
Like which targets, which assets you would use? Was that?
I don't know what kind of power he has right now, because I don't know. So even if he is the chief of Dodge, but Dodge has that kind of top power.
So Doge, according to Musk, is supposed to be all about cutting stuff, right? But like, okay, let's just say Musk is the master of cutting, for example. But why would Musk need to know, like, if there's a war with China, where we would attack, where the ships would come from, which, planes we would launch, like the whole plan. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, and that, Tesla has factory in Shanghai.
Right.
And Tesla have a lot of debt of China bank, right?
So what we say, the phrase in English, we say conflict of interest. So if you have like two interests that intersect, so one interest is make China happy, one interest is make USA happy, one interest is to get a bunch of money, and like when these interact, right, you have a real problem.
When it interact, they choose for money. That's my opinion.
So, okay, every time Musk goes on TV with like the Fox News people, they always introduce him. They always say, Elon Musk, the richest person in the world. He doesn't need more money. He just doing this out of the kindness of his heart. That's kind of what they say, basically. Does that even make sense?
Nonsense.
Like if you get, because here's always logic I say. If you're the richest person in the world, like how can you pretend you don't care about money? Like you.
And why you keep selling your car in the White House?
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. I think financially he's in some real trouble that we don't even know about necessarily. Like there's a lot of reporting on Musk. So like just today, which I didn't even know about, it was from Financial Times, and they're like, hey, there's 1.4 missing or unaccounted for. It just doesn't really make sense in the Tesla books. It's like a lot of money. Another thing that was the last time around, the last earnings, I don't know if you remember this, Tesla's revenues weren't great. Their sales weren't great. So one of the things they did to sort of like cover up their not so great was include Bitcoin on their books. Right? It's kind of they'll always come up with some sort of like way to sort of hide how things are. And then today with the whole Cybertruck issue, do you remember what happened with that?
Oh,
yeah,
they're falling apart.
Yeah, literally the Cybertrucks are falling apart.
Just like Tesla itself.
Yeah, so we call it a recall.
Yeah.
Where you basically have to, they're unsafe.
Recall too.
Yeah, oh, you do. Okay. Now the crazy thing about it is that remember Musk bought the government so that he wouldn't have any penalty, right? Because the government, goodbye of investigations, goodbye any regulations. But I think this particular situation was so bad that they were using the wrong glue.
I think normally when you put the metal together, you do the fire the 용접, we say,
Oh, like a welding kind of thing.
Yeah. But they wanted to cutting the codes. They're using the glue.
Yeah, the cheaper glue too. Yeah, he does.
Not even expensive glue.
He's all about cutting costs. I mean,
it's putting people's danger, life. What if think about
what's that?
Tesla cars in the highway is falling apart.
No, I know.
It can cut other, people's cars.
Absolutely. The Cybertruck is actually not street legal in most countries. I think it's only USA and Canada actually. It could be one or two others, but most places you can't. There was actually a person who took a Cybertruck to the UK. Like he had it shipped to the UK, and then he was driving on the road, and the police just banned it. Basically, it's like you can't be on the road with that thing because you have to have approval and this stuff. But going back to like the whole Fox News thing, they always try to portray Musk as being genius of technology, doesn't care about money because he's so rich, right? And so then they'll try to pretend like, oh, he's so smart that I guess he's gonna like have awesome plans for the military in our like.
I just saw their interview.
Mhm.
It just feels like just home shopping for Tesla. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're probably referring to the Lutnick thing.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you guys don't know, Howard Lutnick, he's our Commerce Secretary. He was literally on TV saying you should buy Tesla stock, and they're like,
It's like home shopping.
yeah, and they're talking about like, is this the bottom of Tesla stock? And then you start talking about the Tesla robots are going to be $30,000.
You're gonna have 5 robots.
Yeah.
House.
Like, how does that make any sense? Like none of this makes sense. And I have not lived anything like this. Now, to be fair to them, Trump actually denies the story. So I'm going to say the story that Musk is going to the military meeting. Yeah, I'll just tell you what Trump says, because just to be fair, just to hear what he says. What's that?
Yeah, he shouldn't go.
Well, this is what he says. So this is Trump. He says, the fake news is at it again. This time, the failing New York Times, they said incorrectly that Elon Musk is going to the Pentagon tomorrow to be briefed on any potential war with China. How ridiculous. China will not even be mentioned or discussed. How disgraceful is it that the discredited media can make such lies? Anyway, the story is completely untrue. Okay.
Actually, when I hear that, it's my imagination is, the Musk said, I want to go in, I want to go in. Trump said, no, you can't, no, you can't. And he, the Musk released, I'm going to go in the meeting. And Trump released, no, you can't.
Yeah, but when you,
my imagination.
Yeah, I know. But see, the thing is, when you look at the language of this thing, so Trump just says it's all lies, how ridiculous, etc.
That is the language. That's the speak to Musk, I think.
Maybe, but there were two statements from the military though that basically said we're excited to meet Musk and that kind of stuff. So you're getting conflicting. So I just want to tell you. So it's like the New York Times reported, we have multiple sources, more than one, that said there's going to be a meeting tomorrow. They had a lot of details, 20 to 30 slides, these kind of things.
Yeah.
The Wall Street Journal comes out. They even list the names of like the different generals and stuff who are going to be at the meeting. In my opinion, I don't think it's very hard to figure out. I'm pretty sure there are patriots, there are people who care about the country, in the military, in the government. They'll be like, I heard about this meeting. I know who's going. This is just doesn't make sense. Like, why do we want Elon Musk? So because what's that?
Military people, they have honor of the country.
They should be, absolutely.
So they shouldn't just follow Elon what they're saying, and even Trump what he's saying.
Well, so that's what. Okay, so normally the way we phrase it, we'll say like chain of command. So like the certain way you follow orders, standing operating procedure. So Musk is not. He's like outside the chain of command. So like what? How does it make sense? I want to give you guys some examples of sort of what I was thinking about this. So one would be from the Fox News perspective, because I always want to give a different point of view. They would say Elon Musk is the smartest guy in the world, right? Okay, so let's say that's true. Would you honestly say that Elon Musk is like the smartest guy in military planning? Is he like expert in everything? What?
Oh, at least he's playing game.
Right. That'll be Musk. He'll be like, oh yeah, I play this video game all the time.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna say, right?
Yeah, just like that. I'm just gonna click the button. Like how's that? Because like I just want people, because like there's a lot of young kids out there that think Elon Musk is awesome at everything. Because I want you to understand that like everyone has different strengths of what they do. Just because someone's good at something doesn't mean they're good at everything. Let alone.
Even think about it. If you're a math teacher, is not good at the writing. Writing teacher might not good at science.
Yeah, or biology or whatever. Right? Like there's different subjects at school, right? Because what Musk is really honestly good at, he's good at marketing and pumping up his stock. He's good at telling lies, these kind of things. I guess you could argue he's good at acting like, I mean, this is what it appears. He looks like to be a Chinese spy or a Russian spy. From Musk's point of view, this is what he's been tweeting. So he actually attacks Lockheed Martin, which is one of the big, if you want to call it defense contractor, you can say that. They make all sorts of stuff, satellites. It's one of Musk's main competitors. They make satellites, they make planes, they make like all kinds of stuff, right? So he's been attacking them like, oh, why did you spend so much money on this? Why did you spend so much money on that? So from Musk's point of view, I'm just going to say, just from a business point of view, let's say Musk is not a spy, okay? He could be, he may not be. Let's just say he's not. He could be like, okay, I want to know your plans to go against China, and then I will, build you all the equipment that you need. Not that I want Musk to do that, but I'm saying, that would be one, because the other issue would be, remember, Musk wants to fire all the people and turn us all into AI. Like it really feels like he wants to build Skynet from Terminator. Like it really.
I think he started because he donated the Starlink to White House.
That's right.
For free, right?
Yeah, for free, right? Because they always say that Musk doesn't care about money. He just wants to benefit the world and the country.
I think my opinion is the Musk is who is, if I cannot have it, I'm gonna destroy all.
Yeah, and there are people like that. There are people like that. It was actually reported today too. There's always some weird drama with the guy. So literally, remember he had that new baby mama, the newest baby mama. I think is it the 4th or 5th? I'm not sure. Her name was like Ashley St. Clair or something like that. So according to her lawyer, Musk is no longer sending money to the kid. So because I guess he was offering financial support. Like, so I guess he's not sending more, and so they're like,
is cutting costs there too?
Yeah, literally, that's what the headline was like. Musk is like, cutting costs. Yeah, so that's what he's about. He's kind of like, he's got it. That's kid number 14 that we know of. There's been other rumors, but this goes back to, guys, for people who think he's a genius at everything, he's clearly not a good father. I mean, that's just pretty clear. He's not.
Yeah, and he's playing game more than
Right.
Doing parenting.
Did I tell you about the Grimes one too?
What is
that's another baby mama. I think that might have been his first or second. It's hard to keep track. Honestly, it's hard to keep track. But she's been writing on social media because her kid is, I think it's the one that he drags around with, called Little X is what he calls her. I think that's Grimes' kid. I'm not. There might be I can't keep track. Honestly, I can't. It probably is. It would have to be the later one because the other kids are older. Yeah. So then she basically doesn't want her kid dragged around like a body shield, which I completely understand. And so she's like, I have to go on social media the only way for, to people pay attention to this kind of thing. Because, from her point of view,
her son.
Yeah. And it's like
her son,
which I completely understand. And then I showed you guys in the video, which other outlets don't talk about because there's just too much crap to talk about. The son looked pretty unhappy in the White House sales thing.
With friends and parents and just playing.
Yeah, just doing regular kid stuff, and Musk just takes them out and do those stuff. So that's what we have. I wish I had better news. You got to catch up on the last couple of videos. There's a lot to come out.
I don't want to talk about Elon all day, every day, but that's the only news.
Well, it's the most important thing right now. Yeah. And getting our plans on how we're going to have war with China if we do go to war. That's like, you can't get much higher level secrets than that. I'm completely against this. I think it's insane. And I want to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think? So we'll catch you all next time, okay? So bye.
Bye.